त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Sohamji.
Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om everyone. Very happy to be here. And it's such a nice initiative that our Chinmaya Mission Indianapolis has taken of just coming together to reflect and chant Mahamrutyunjaya mantra. Padmini ji told me that Swami Sharananand ji in the first lecture introduced all of you to the meaning of Mahamrutyunjaya mantra. And Pujya Swami Swarupanand ji has recently started his talk series on Gayatri mantra. So I hope all of you get a chance to listen to it, because mantra is something which protects, mananat trayate. So when you chant it, that itself becomes a kavacha. Kavacha means a protection. So for today, we will reflect a little bit about how to stay focused on spirituality in these uncertain times. When we look around, there is so much of anxiety in the air. There is so much of uncertainty, needless to say. So we will just reflect a little bit about what does our scriptures have to say? What does spirituality have to tell us in these contexts? Puja Gurudev once said, spirituality is not the privilege of the poor, nor is it luxury of the rich. He said it is the choice of a wise man. Okay, that's a very pertinent statement. Why does it become choice of a wise man? So first, let us try to understand what is spirituality trying to tell us. In a simple language, we won't go too much into technicalities. Somebody asked this question to our Puja Guruji. Guruji, can you tell us what do scriptures want to reveal to us? And Guruji said, these scriptures are like a mirror. And when I say Guruji, it's Puja Swami Tejomananji. He said, scriptures are like a mirror. Now, what does a mirror do? Mirror first helps me see my reflection. And if there is anything I can do to my face, right? If there is something, some spot here, some spot there, it will help me correct myself so I can become presentable, right? So first is it will help me correct myself. But another beautiful thing of mirror is whenever it's showing us these defects, right, in my face, it just does in person. It doesn't do it to the world. Okay, so scriptures are like that. They will tell our own personality adjustments which need to be done, just like a mirror. And mirror does another thing also. Mirror tells me that reflection is different and you are different. Okay. It tells me that reflection is different and I am different. Means it reveals what is my true nature. First, it helps me correct myself, but then also it tells me a gap, as though, it will tell me that reflection is different and I am different. In the same way, our scriptures, spirituality has this two-pronged approach. First approach is to make our personality beautiful, just like that mirror. Okay. So when we follow the spiritual path, lot of sadhanas are prescribed such that our personality becomes beautiful. And beautiful personality, translate it as beautiful mind. Okay, because spirituality doesn't speak to physical body as much as it speaks to the mind. So that is the first step of spirituality. And second is, it reveals our true nature, which is gained through clear knowledge that my nature is Satchit Ananda Brahma. Now remember, two things it did. Okay, first was it helped me come up with a beautiful mind. Lot of sadhanas were prescribed. Now the second step was, like that mirror helped me distinguish between the reflection and me. Spirituality also helps us distinguish between pure consciousness and reflected consciousness. But it says, don't stop there. Inquire more into nature of the world. This world that we are seeing about, so many things are there around me here. If I go outside, there is so many other things. Our scriptures say, inquire what is the nature of the world also. Because you have to live in the world, right? You cannot just say, I want to live by myself. I am Satchidananda Brahma. So when we start this inquiry, we realize that world also has a substratum, which is pure consciousness. Satchit Ananda Brahma. And that substratum is not different from my true nature. Now, you would think, why am I telling all these? Actually, this is the essence of entire Vedanta. Entire Vedas need to come to this point. Okay, let's take a step back now. To put simply, Vedanta's vision is to give us a vision of oneness. Okay, so think of it, if I can understand myself as Satchidananda Brahma and this entire world also as my own reflection, what would be my vision towards each and everything of this creation? Okay, it will be totally transformed and a very different way I would look at things. Puja Gurudev used to give an example. He used to say, if my one finger goes in my eye, right? All 5 fingers would go and try to make up with this eye. I would not complain saying that this finger has to be cut off because, it tried to harm me. He used to say, no matter even if you are the Supreme Court judge, wanting to be very just with everything, but even these matters, you would make sure that you are, compassionate towards that finger. Why? Because I see oneness. In my body, this is my eye and this is my finger. He used to say, if that finger had to be your neighbor's finger, okay, if that went into your eye, the response would be very different. The point is vision of oneness, right? When Vedanta gives us that vision, that is our real strength with which we can operate in this world. Swami Vivekananda used to say, my purpose of life is to help people recognize the divinity in them and also to express it. So that recognizing divinity is knowing our true nature and expressing it is in our transactions. Bhagwan also says in Gita that, who is most dear to me? Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna. Sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo matah. Means person who can put himself in other person's shoe and think. Okay, person who can put himself in other person's shoe and think about what must be that person going through. He says such a person who can understand joys and sorrows of others, that person is most dear to me. Now think of it in today's times, This is something we need so much, right? When we look at somebody who is going through a tough time, hard time, the real way we can relate to that person is to put ourselves in their shoes and think. Then you see the response will be very different and our transactions will be very different. And spirituality says, with this clear vision, face the world. Because when we say community, right? Community is only reflection of collective individuals. Okay, it is not something which is independent of what each person is thinking. So our Gurudev's modus operandi, you call, our main plan was this: you change, the world around you will change. And how do we change? Through spiritual vision. So when we say face the world in these with this kind of knowledge, we realize if we have this vision, situations will remain as situations. They won't turn into a crisis. Okay. Now, when does a situation become a crisis? Most of you who are living here, you must have had your spouse go to India sometimes, and you must be alone by yourself here. Now, imagine if you don't know cooking. It's a situation which has come in front of you, and you don't know how to cook. Situation will become a crisis. You'll have to have those 1 month long, things made, stored in the freezer with the date written on top, which day, what to eat, and everything. But let us say you know to cook. Same situation is not a crisis. What I'm trying to say here is, whenever we lack skills or when we lack motivation, okay, when we lack skill or when we lack motivation, a situation becomes a crisis for us. Now you look at Arjuna. He had skill. He was extremely skillful in fighting. His archery was so great, he could look at the shadow and shoot at the fish. But motivation, at that point of time, when mind is not cooperating, he breaks down. So spirituality equips us with this inner strength to face situation outside, such that no situation turns out and becomes a crisis. Means this person with a sattvic mind, a beautiful mind, is such a person who is very enthusiastic, but also has fortitude. He has that enthusiasm and fortitude to go through various life experiences. Now we will see a little bit about how does spirituality strengthen our inner personality. Okay, first, what did we see? It gives us a vision, right? It makes us equipped from inside so that we can face the world outside, right? Because situation by itself is not a problem. Our ability to respond to that situation is what decides whether it is a situation or a crisis. Spiritual seeker is a person who says or who looks at every situation as an opportunity to grow. Instead of saying, "Oh God, why me?" he would say, "Great, now it's me." And you see Nachiketa, okay, in Kathopanishad, he is sent to Lord Yama, not for any fault of his. He said something, his father misunderstood, and he again got angry at him, and he says, "You go to Lord Death." But that line Nachiketa says is very beautiful. He says, "What is that thing which Yama wants to accomplish through me? Kim swid yamasya kartavyam yan mayadya karishyasi." Means, what is that job which Yamacharya wants to get accomplished through me? This is the mindset of a spiritual seeker, where he says, every situation that has come in my life has a message attached to it. What is it that Bhagwan is trying to teach me? And with this attitude, when he goes out in the world, he can face things much more confidently. And it is our Purushartha of today which becomes Prarabdha of tomorrow. Okay, many a times we have this debate between Purushartha, Prarabdha, Purushartha, Prarabdha. One Mahatma said they are not two different things. The only difference between them is time. Think about it, okay? This was a Shankaracharya ji who said, Purushartha of today becomes Prarabdha of tomorrow. Don't unnecessarily go into this debate of which is better, what to do. He says, Purushartha is what we have to do right now. So, but there is a small catch here. Vedanta spirituality is not telling us to be just busy the whole day or just do a lot of work the whole day. It is telling us bring a change in the vision while doing work. Okay, because work will come and go, events will come and go, lot of things will come and go. But when we do that work with Karma Yoga spirit, that inner unfoldment that happens, that stays with us. Stays not only for this life, forever. Okay. Even for Vedanta student, there should not be concern of another life. But let us say in case there is another life, this inner unfoldment will carry on. Okay. So this is that switch which happens in terms of our own growth through Karma Yoga. And it says that while working in the world, while facing situations, invoke Bhagwan's strength. Don't try to face it on your own or try to keep Bhagwan away from life. That is another beautiful stage where we realize what is nature of Bhagwan and what is his contribution in my life. So with that attitude, this sadhaka works on in the world and becomes a positive contributor to the society. Okay, because he has found a new source of strength. That source of strength, if it is, directly rooted in Bhagwan, it is Nityo Anityanam, means that which is Nitya in Anitya. So that strength I can hold on to. Everyone with me so far? Okay. All right. I can't see many faces here, so I'm just guessing that everybody.
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, good, good. All right. So this was mainly about how does this spiritual strength come? Okay. One, we said by looking at every situation as an opportunity to grow. Okay. Instead of thinking, why me? Trying to think about it as an teaching, some lesson we can learn from Bhagwan and bringing about inner unfoldment, any situation that we are faced in. Now, Bhagwan says, okay, you want to bring about a change in your personality. You want to bring about a beautiful mind. So he says, I will give you some suggestion, some solution with which we can bring about a positive mind. And this is again from Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagwan says, we can do tapas at mental level. Because general idea of tapas is what? That I go and stand somewhere with one leg in hot, shining sun. That is our idea of tapas. But we should think for ourselves. I live a life where I have to work from morning till evening. And if I have to do tapas, what is Bhagavad Gita trying to tell me about tapas? So Bhagwan says in Gita that at mental level, keeping a pleasant mind and a smiling thought, which need not necessarily reflect on your face. If it does, then great. But he says we should have that vritti of smile. Manah prasada saumyatvam. Manah prasada, pleasant mind, and a thought of smile. Like Bhagwan Rama. Whatever happens outside, his mind is always prasanna. Okay, mana prasada. Because he has understood. Okay, it is not just a forceful thought or something. He has maturely thought about life. He has looked at situations, and what we saw previously, that situations are not becoming crisis now for him. So with that, he is able to maintain mana prasada. But we need some time in the day that we specifically take out to dwell on these things. Okay, so in our day, we should keep some time that we can reflect upon these ideas. So he says, Maunam Atma Vinigraha means some time of the day which I only reflect upon these ideas from Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad. That will help me keep a pleasant mind. It's like, when we play a sport, that sport itself is not the exercise. You need a specific time separate from that sport where you go and build your internal immunity, you call, or your strength. In the same way, to have a pleasant mind in the world, we need some time like that, exercise time for the mind. Okay, so that he says. And last he says, Bhava Samshuddhi iti etat. Bhava Samshuddhi means prayer to Bhagwan that, O Lord, may my mind have Shiva Sankalpa. May my mind have auspicious thoughts. Just this much, no complicated prayer. Just praying to Bhagwan that may our mind have auspicious thoughts. So with this, we can become positive contributors to society. Because without mind which is having these qualities, we cannot go out and help anyone. Right? So first is our own help where we develop our mind, strengthen our mind, and then we can go out into the world outside. I know I have 5 minutes, so I'll just touch upon one last thing. Padmini ji, is that right? I have 5 more minutes, or am I done?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Go.
So what is our main topic? Main topic is how to stay focused on spirituality. Okay, so first we saw what is spirituality. Then we saw how to strengthen ourselves so that we can become positive contributors. Now, third one is what are some helpful sadhanas so that our mind stays more in these ideas, these thoughts, you call. First sadhana is Parayanam. Okay, if you can just do Bhagavad Gita or Vishnu Sahasranama, Parayanam, and you have already studied it sometime before, 1 or 2 words is sufficient for you. You don't have to listen to the entire lecture because you've already thought through it, reflected through it, right? So Parayanam is the best way to bring those boosters. And if you don't have time in the morning, use your lunch hour. That's what I used to do while working. You don't need 1 hour to eat lunch, right? So maybe just 10 minutes you finish, 15 or like 45 minutes or so in the library, just being with your Bhagavad Gita or something that you can reflect on. Next is to spend time with Bhagwan. Okay, in your altar, beautiful murti is there. Just go and be in the presence of Bhagwan. Okay, just looking at his form, whatever way you can connect with. And if you are having study groups, if you are having some satsang opportunities, I know Chinmay Mission has done such a wonderful job at CCMT level to have so many things by Puja Guruji, Puja Swami Swarupanand, so many other Swamins are also doing that online. Please be a part of those. Okay, Parayanam then was sitting in front of Bhagwan, being part of all this satsang which is happening. And the last one is helping our community to the best possible way, in whatever way we are equipped with. Okay, if we can do as physical seva, keeping in mind all the other factors, we should do that. If it is some other ways of helping, we should definitely contribute, especially in today's times. You would wonder, where are these coming from? This is a guidance given by Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji. He says in Bhajagovindam, Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram, means do Parayanam of Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranama. Dhyayam Shripati Rupamajasram, means sit in proximity of Bhagwan and just enjoy the form of Bhagwan. Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam, be part of study groups. Okay, wherever Sajjana are there, wherever discussions are happening on spirituality, open the mind to these new ideas. And last he says, Deyam Dina Janayacha Vittam, means help the community around by sharing what you already have. Okay, this is that vision of oneness with which we should live our lives. We should understand what is this grand vision Vedanta has given us, and it should also reflect in our day-to-day life. Just like our body parts, they are our best example. No body part keeps more than what it needs. When you put food in the mouth chews. Tongue also tastes, but it doesn't keep anything. It passes on. Same with every body part you see, it takes what it needs and then gives the rest to the entire thing. In the same way, Bhagwan says, understand this grand vision of Vedanta, right? In terms of what is that nature of truth, and accordingly, let us try to practice it and live our lives. I'm again very grateful to all of you, and Hari Om to Nirmita ji and all of you, all the sadhakas of our Chinmay Mission Center there. If you happen to come to San Jose, please do visit us here. And I also pray to Puja Gurudev to bless us all with his divine grace and also blessings to keep us thinking in the right direction and derive that inner strength.
Thank you, Sohamji. Thank you. So now we will do the Nirvana Shatkam. Mano Buddhya Hankara Chitta Ninaham Na cha Shrotra Jeeve Na cha Grana Netre Na cha Vyoma Bhumir Na Tejo Na Vayuhu Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham Nata Pranasamyo Navai Panchavayuhu Nava Saptadatar Nava Panchakosha Navakpanipadam Nachopastapayu Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham Nami Dvisharaghav Nami Lobamohav Mado Naiva Me Naiva Matsarya Bhavaha Na dharmo na charto na kamo na mokshaha Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidanandarupaha शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् We'll do now Shiva Aarti.
शिव
Nirmita ji.
Oh, we stopped. Om na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi tameva bhantamanubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Om ekadantaya vidmahe वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्. ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्. ॐ सद्गुरुदेवाय विद्महे परब्रह्मणे धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात्.
Hari Om. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Soham ji, for guiding us and for such a beautiful explanation of spirituality in a very short time. But we would love to have you again. Visit us in person and also online. Thank you so much. And thanks to everybody. And thank you, Nirmita ji. And thanks to Arun ji behind the scenes, working behind the scenes, and everything went very well. And thanks to each and every one of you. We will see you again next week, next Monday, 6 o'clock. Swami, Pujya Swami Shantananda ji will be blessing us. So all of you join us. Hari Om. Be safe.
Hari
Hari
Om
Om.
Soham ji. Hari Om
Hari
Soham.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, everyone.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.